For the longest while now, particularly since the release of the not-so-acclaimed Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, we've all been wanting a new Batman game, a new entry into the Arkhamverse, wondering if there is a Batman game, will it even be in the Arkhamverse or just its own standalone thing? Well guys, it looks like we might finally have an answer to what seemed like a never-ending question. Now, before we get into it, I'm aware Batman Arkham Shadow released very recently, and while it's an amazing game and tons of fun, and obviously canon to the franchise, it's not a new AAA entry which we all want, but that could soon change. According to an article published by Jason Schreier on the 7th of February 2025, Rocksteady is looking to return to their roots with a new single-player Batman game. I won't read the entire article as it's quite extensive and a lot of it doesn't actually relate to what we are interested in, but it does make for a really interesting read into the Warner Brothers games division and the absolute dumpster fire that it currently is. In the article, Jason Schreier says, when referring to the aftermath of Kill the Justice League, quote, "Ultimately, fans didn't have the appetite for another online shooter, and the game tanked. Rocksteady gave up on plans for content after the first year, ending the story with a hasty animation that backtracked on some of the narrative's most controversial aspects, revealing that the superheroes thought to be dead were in fact clones. Now, Rocksteady is looking to return to Batman for a single-player game, but according to people familiar with the timeline, the new project is years away from landing." Now, I know it isn't an official confirmation from Rocksteady or anything like that, but if you know Jason Schreier's track record, it's pretty damn good, and he rarely puts information out there unless there's a lot of truth behind it. So I would say we are pretty safe to take this as confirmation that Rocksteady's next project is indeed Batman related. But again, the real question is, will it be set in the Arkhamverse? And if so, whereabouts in the timeline? Okay, so literally, as I was editing this video, some crazy new information has come to light. And I would just like to thank the incredible Batman Arkham videos over on Twitter for being the first one in the community to point this out. Or at least that I've seen anyways. But Rocksteady are currently hiring for a game director to work on their next project. Now, this isn't no speculation, a rumor, or anything like that. This is legitimately a role that they are currently recruiting for. And if you don't believe me, well, just take a look at the job listing yourself. I will go through the important and exciting part of the listing in a moment, but I did just want to say, if you do want to view the listing in its entirety, I will leave a link to it in the description of this video. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, as a part of the listing itself, it mentions the skill requirements needed for the role, and the one in particular that really stands out is the following: strong design, leadership, and experience across multiple genres, particularly third-person action, melee brawlers, and open-world traversal games. This means whatever Rocksteady's new game is going to be, it's 100% going to be an open-world third-person game with an emphasis on melee. This, accompanied with the Jason Schreier article we went through earlier, I think it's safe to assume we'll be getting a new Batman game from Rocksteady, which I would absolutely love. I mean, come on, third-person, melee, open world, Rocksteady. The previous article says that they're working on a Batman game. It's gonna be Batman. I know it's not confirmed, but it's gonna be Batman. Let's be honest. But that's all I have for today. And of course, if there's any more leaks or news that comes out, I'll be sure to cover it on my channel. Take care and stay safe.